Are the Democrats attempting to destroy Gavin Newsom the same way they took down Eric Swalwell? I mean, sure, all of this could be a coincidence, but the timing is just a little suspect. Take a look at this headline from the Daily Mail. Unearthed interview of Gavin Newsom losing his temper goes viral after California governor, then 38 years old, is grilled about giving booze to his 19-year-old girlfriend. Now, this is Brittanie Mountz, who was a teenager when Gavin Newsom was dating her, and this happened when he was the mayor of San Francisco. Now, it's not as if Gavin was dating a minor because she was 19, but still, to a lot of people, that 20-year age gap is just a little creepy, but that wasn't the worst of it. The worst of it was that he actually broke the law. He was caught giving her alcohol when she's not yet of legal age. So he was confronted about this by a journalist, and he just exploded. I mean, just imagine if President Trump treated a reporter this way. Take a look at this footage from 20 years ago.
Asking about the attack on the Yale students over New Year's.
It's a good reminder how important it is to remind our parents to be good stewards of underage drinking.
I appreciate that. The only other question I have is, it hasn't been a very easy week for you, and I'm wondering whether you have any comment on the Mateer and Ross story about the drinking.
Thank you very much. That was a great cheap shot. You can't help yourself. You cannot. Just know, for the record, it's increasingly impossible to have a conversation.
Mayor was out there. Mayor was out there.
Just know it's not personal when I walk by you. You just send some other reporters. It's going to be a lot easier now.
You keep missing consistently a lot of facts because your opinion is so enthusiastic to get in the way on facts. And then, let me tell you, the investigation is not helped by a lot of things that are in the report misstating that factually as well.
It's just a story, Mayor.
Wow, that is very different from the Governor Newsom we see today. Today, Newsom is supposedly cool. He's collected. He's just so suave, right? He's just the good-looking American Hollywood superstar, or at least that's what the Democrats and that's what Hollywood want us to believe. But clearly, he has a temper. Clearly, this reporter hit a sore spot from him. He wasn't even asking about his relationship and whether or not it was appropriate. He was asking a question when it comes to the legality of giving a 19-year-old alcohol. Again, though, the timing here in all of this is very suspect to me because this interview happened in 2006. So that was 20 years ago at this point. This is not a new video. It's been out there all this time. So the question is, why is this just now unearthed? Why is this just now going viral? And for this to happen immediately after Swalwell dropped out of the California governor's race, immediately after he resigned from Washington, D.C., I just can't help. Are the Democrats going for Gavin Newsom the same way they went for Eric Swalwell? I mean, just take a look at this headline from The Hill. Eric Swalwell was knifed by the party that long sheltered him. Of course, it's not just them. According to The Federalist, Democrats turned on Eric Swalwell because he was in the way, not because they have morals. So everyone in Washington, D.C., they all knew about his escapades. They all knew about his improprieties, and they didn't care until they realized that he was a political liability for them. Because in a California system, it's the top two vote getters in the primaries who actually move forward, and they then go run against each other. And what happened was there were so many Democrat candidates that the vote was being split so many ways. And so the Republicans actually are sweeping the top two spots right now. So the Democrats realized they had to knock people out of the race so that way the voters coalesce around fewer Democrat candidates. And when that happens, they actually have a chance of winning in California. So Eric Swalwell became a casualty here. And in fact, one of his competitors in California, one of the current gubernatorial candidates, Xavier Becerra, said on CNN, and I quote, "The word probably went out." Well, that raises the question, who sent the word and who is the word going out to? I'm not making this up. Take a look at this segment on CNN.
So last hour, Democratic Congressman Sam Liccardo of California said this about the Swalwell allegations. Let's listen.
I first heard about the rumors when Swalwell announced his run for governor in November, and knew some political consultants who talked about what we call oppo files, these opposition records that political consultants compile, talking about Swalwell's sexual misconduct. At that time, nobody was talking about rape, as we're hearing now. It was not sexual assault, but clearly sexual misconduct, abuse of his position. And there's no question, I think, as Senator Gallego said, rumors about that were going on for many, many years.
What had you heard, Secretary?
I think many of us had heard the rumors as well, never seen any corroboration, but certainly I think the word had gone out.
What have you heard? Certainly, I think the word had gone out. Again, who sent the word? And who is receiving this word? It's not as if this was a secret. Everyone knew what was going on, and they only started attacking him when they realized that, hey, we could actually lose California, and so they needed to knock him out. And so, going back to Gavin Newsom, it makes me wonder, the timing of this is a little suspect. This interview, this clip is 20 years old. For it to be unearthed just this week, just 1 week after Eric Swalwell dropped out of the race, for this interview to be going viral, for similar, touching similar issues that knocked out Eric Swalwell. Oh, he's dating someone 20 years younger than him. Well, sure, it might not be illegal. She was 19. She wasn't a minor. But again, a lot of people would find that creepy. Oh, wait a minute. He broke the law. He actually bought alcohol and gave it to someone who's not of legal age. On top of that, he's treating this reporter like garbage. Can you imagine if President Trump treated a reporter that way? It's just absolutely insane. So I think there was so much here that I think, hey, the timing just, it seems too coincidental to be coincidence. And let's be honest, the Democrat Party, they are the party of DEI. They are right now being ruled by the radical left part of the base that wants to see DEI candidates. They don't want a white, straight male at the top of the ticket. So are they trying to get him out because they want to fulfill their wet dream, gross fantasy? Just this week, Kamala Harris appeared with Al Sharpton, and she said, well, she didn't say she's running in 2028, but it's really clear that she is.
So are you going to run again in 28?
So, okay,
I tried to be subtle, but I just figured I'd go right
well,
at it.
That's as subtle as Reverend Al Sharpton could ever be. We love you for many things, but not being subtle. Listen, I might. I'm thinking about it.
Come on, we all know she's going to run, and if she can't win the nomination, well, the next best thing for the Democrats, if it can't be a black woman, it would be a black male. So there would be Cory Booker, who clearly is doing the rounds. He's trying to get attention, and in fact, today he was giving a speech. He just went absolutely off the rails, and he actually insulted God. Listen closely to this clip.
Gentlemen, there is a storm in our nation. There is darkness and wind. People are getting hurt. What we need is not from on high. We need foot soldiers of our democracy who in times of trial are willing to stand up. Will you stand for our democracy? Will you stand to get out the vote? Will you stand for our children? Will you stand up for our elders? And will you stand together, unified, strong, be the hope that people need? We are Democrats. It's time for a new deal. It's time to redeem the dream of America. Thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, he ends his speech with God bless you after he says we don't need help from on high. What happened to God bless America? And clearly, based on that speech, based on his cadence, just how he was presenting himself, it's really clear that he's running for president. He has every intention to enter the Democratic primaries. So you have all these candidates coming in. Obviously, Gavin Newsom wants to be president one day. And so I just ask, is this timing simply coincidental with Eric Swalwell? Or is this the beginning of the Democrat Party knifing Gavin Newsom, trying to kick him out of the race before the race even begins so that they can have their DEI candidates? Now, if the Democrats can't have a black woman, if they can't have a black male, the next best thing is a gay man. So Pete Buttigieg, he's been out there, and he obviously is going to run as well in 2028. Well, I'm just going to play this. He was doing a town hall. The fact that he didn't shut down this question and instead played along as if this was a legitimate concern, I think should disqualify him from ever holding office ever again. Just take a look.
Thank you. Hi. Every day I wake up scared because a person I love is trans. And I'm waiting for the day that they start banging on doors and taking our trans and our gay friends and family to concentration camps. And they can't get, our trans friends and family can't get a passport to safely flee this country. And I know that there's nothing you can do about that. But if you could, what would it be?
Well,
talk about brainwashed. You could tell she was on the verge of an emotional breakdown. The fact that the audience even applauded for her is really mind-boggling for me. Pete Buttigieg didn't shut down her question. He didn't say that her premise, her conclusions were just flawed and wrong. Instead, he played along with this as if it's normal, as if this is what's actually happening in America. So shame on him. These are the people, clearly, that the Democrat Party, the higher-ups, the power brokers, want to be representing them in the general election. So my personal feel is that they're trying to take out Gavin Newsom. Now, it would be one thing if it was just this unearthed video from 20 years ago, but the New York Times, the paper of record, just a few days ago, ran a hit piece on him exposing how he's been rigging his book sales. You cannot make this stuff up. Before we get to that, I would like to acknowledge the members of today's Governor's Club. They are Jeremy 2001 Happy times 3, RL1401. Bob, thank you so much. Very generous and gracious of you. Lisa H, Anthony Loki, Jenny Rinkin, Brittany, Cindy Nelson, and Dennis Nevin. These are people who give tips and super thanks to the channel. I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you enjoy. So Gavin Newsom's book has supposedly been doing really well, but he's actually rigging the sales for his book. And again, this isn't coming from Fox News. This isn't coming from some center-right outlet. This is coming from the New York Times. How Newsom boosted his book sales with $1.5 million from his PAC. Governor Newsom offered supporters who gave any amount a copy of his book. Roughly 67,000 donors received the memoir, accounting for about 2/3 of its total print sales. So 2/3 of his book sales were purchased by him from that super PAC. He spent $1.5 million to buy 2/3 of his book sales and then give them away for free to people who donated to the PAC. Oh, come on. Come on. You cannot make this stuff up. But again, for the New York Times to run that story, to run that sort of hit piece on Governor Newsom, makes me wonder, are the Democrats finally turning the page on his brand of craziness? And are they going to double down on Kamala Harris or some other radical in 2028? I don't know, but time will tell. As always, though, all of that is just my analysis and commentary. That's what's happening in the world of politics from my point of view, and I would love to hear from you. So what do you think? Are the Democrats attempting to stab Gavin Newsom in the back, or is all of this just coincidental timing? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comments below. I think there are no coincidences in politics, so I think someone's trying to get him out, but whether or not it's successful, again, time will tell. But that's just my gut feeling on all of this. Again, I'm excited to hear what you guys think. If you haven't already, please be sure to leave me a thumbs up. I know it's a simple thing to ask for, but it really does help me reach more viewers like you in the algorithm. I know, by the way, it is Monday, and usually I try to do Music Mondays where I play a music request that you guys leave in the comments as a piano cover, but because I've been gone for so long and I just still trying to catch up on my end and then get ahead for the move, don't have anything prepared today, but I will for next week. So I promise I haven't forgotten about that, nor have I discontinued that series. Be sure to smash that subscribe button and to check out one of these videos.